Darling, they're coming to collect the IONIQ 6 any minute. Can we do the review?
What do you mean?
We've got to do our normal family EV review.
Always on the last day. Look, I'm about to paint the kitchen.
It won't take a minute. We've just got to do a quick half an hour or so.
No way. Look at me. Show my outfit.
You look like a Ghostbuster. Here's the IONIQ 6. Here's Flaviana. And we tried doing this the other day, but it ended in chaos. There's the key, darling.
Che brutta. What is an egg? What about the car? Is it nice? Che brutta. In the back it wants to look like a Porsche, but it doesn't quite manage.
In the back it looks like lots of mini transparent Lego bricks attached to it.
Poor IONIQ 6. Why didn't they just keep it in the original design?
What do you mean, like IONIQ 5?
Yeah. I really think that these seats are horrid
They're
because...
stupid, they're horrible.
Say
They're
how you
so
want to be.
dumb
Say
and
how you want to
horrible.
be.
Look at them, they're tilted like that.
As if it's a speed car. What? How do you want to stand in a seat?
I want to sit straight, not like this.
It's too relaxed. Is it?
It's not too relaxed, it's damn tense.
I'm confused.
Put it...
Lo so, mettilo dietro il...
Okay, shall I get the car seat?
Get the car
I
seat.
hate this stupid car.
Here's the key.
What, do I have to pretend like I've seen it for the first time?
Yeah.
In the back, it's trying to look like a Porsche, but a cheap one with this plastic. I'm not sure. It looks like it should be taken off, and it's just there to protect something better looking under it. Anyway, it's ugly. The front is cheap.
It's cheap.
Yeah, just looks a bit cheap, a bit shabby.
Has it not grown on you at all since we've had it?
No, it's actually grown smaller.
Really?
Yeah. When it first arrived, I thought, oh wow, that's a weird car. It looks weird, you know, and nice. But yeah, the more we have it, the more it looks like a project gone bad. But inside is nice, isn't it? Ah, I didn't notice that there was a hole under there. That's cool. Not sure why, but
You get a few EVs that do that these days. Just kind of a storage area. I was throwing loads of stuff down there when I was
yeah,
driving it
yeah,
around.
and I guess it's hidden from view. But yeah, you know, when I drove it, it was big and spacious. It's just these things are a bit of a gimmick.
They're digital side mirrors instead of normal
So I
mirrors.
have to look here.
So you have to look there. It's an option. It's not on all of the IONIQ 6s. Just,
Why?
I don't know. I don't see the point, really.
And the back I haven't been in. It's big. Center seat is uncomfortable as usual. But yeah, these ones are decent. They're big. Feels
Yeah.
big, even though it's a bit claustrophobic here. I mean, I'm short and there's not much clearance even for me. Well, look, what is it? There's like 5 centimeters clearance.
Yeah.
I mean, you have even less. You have 3
Yeah. I think if someone was 6 foot,
fingers.
if someone was 6 foot, I think they'd be like that.
Yeah, it's too. Yeah,
It's
it's
too
squashed.
swooping. And it's weird because they've done this to be aerodynamic. But the Tesla Model 3 is aerodynamic, but that, I'm sure you've got far more headroom in the back. I don't
Yeah,
remember
it's because the Tesla, you feel like you're sitting on the ground.
Oh, so you think this is because it feels a
Yeah,
bit higher up?
this is a bit higher up.
Yeah. But otherwise, it's quite comfortable. Loads of legroom, isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean, if you've got long legs, you're fine. But then that's kind of pointless, isn't it? Because if you're tall, you've probably got long legs, but then you have no headroom.
yeah. So you gotta do. Maybe that's why Aurelia's complaining of the seats being a bit reclined, so that you kind of go this way instead of that way.
It's true. Because in IONIQ 5, you had that the back seats could recline. They were electric and they went up and down. But the interior...
Oh, you can heat the back seats. Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. I like that.
You've got heated seats at the back, and then you've got ventilated and heated seats in the front. And you've got the same thing that you can do in IONIQ 5, and you can play around with that as well to get even more leg room if you need.
Okay. Bothering the passenger.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that.
We went through all this, didn't we?
What?
We went through all this with the IONIQ 5.
Really?
The fun of sitting in the back and bothering the person in front. But do you think it feels light in here?
Che significa light?
Well, is it open and airy?
Well, it's a bit claustrophobic. I'm not sure why they put the window there and not a bit backwards. Because who's gonna look at that? The driver's not gonna look at that because it's too backwards from the driver or from the passenger. It's too forward for the people at the back, so I'm not sure who that is for.
Yeah, and in fact...
They could have put it a bit longer, they could have put it, a bit back. I'm not sure.
I'm far from a Tesla fanboy or anything, but that's probably another reason why the Model 3 has more headroom, is because you've got the panoramic glass roof that goes all the way back. And if you look at the lip, if I spin this around, there you go, you've got an extra inch there. Taken away because you've got the glass. So if this was going all the way back, you'd have an extra inch of headroom. Maybe that's why the Model 3 feels a bit better for headroom.
Yeah, all in all, it's a bit of a crap car. I mean, what are the positives? Unless it costs 20k,
Yeah,
who would buy it?
Certainly doesn't. Do you want to see the boot?
Show me the boot.
I'm not sure it's going to improve your opinion at all.
There's this, no? Okay, I always like these things. The boot is like a Tesla Model 3. It's long and small.
Yeah, a bit smaller than the Model 3, and it doesn't go down much.
Yeah,
I mean, you can take that out and get a little bit of space, but not very much.
Vabbè, però you can put 2 suitcases. Does it have a frunk?
It's actually quite a deep frunk, 45 litres, I think it is.
Open. What do I have to open?
I think that probably gets you access to something.
Why is it pointing down? Weird, no?
I don't know.
I'm not gonna risk it.
Is it nice to drive?
Yeah, like every other car, electric car. Smooth ride.
Is it high up enough for you? Is the seating position okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, because it's quite a low down.
I could put it a bit.
Yeah, that's
a bit
right.
back. Oh no, it's very comfortable. I like visibility. The steering wheel has a nice feel. I don't see the reason why anyone would buy this car. Aren't you freezing?
I'm
So
quite cold.
Gnagno has decided that he has to be consistent in his videos, so he's bought this small rub jacket, but it's fucking freezing. It's 2 degrees. I'm freezing even with my coat on.
Yeah, and
So
I'm
you-
cold at the best of times.
Yeah, so you must be really.
Well, it's surprising. The sun's coming out. That makes all the difference. Yeah, no, I'm not warm at all. No, I'm suffering for my art. And a lot of YouTubers, you see, they have fleeces.
Yeah, but this is not even a fleece.
I know, but they get fleeces and they have, I should have like Mystery V embroidered on there, but
Yeah,
I don't
get
want to do that.
fleece, because fleece is warmer than this. This is cotton. What is this? It's a small cotton summer. It's a summer thing. I don't know what you're thinking. Also, it's not a catchy color, is it? You want a catchy color, get it a good color, not this that blends into everything.
Yeah, well, okay. Anyway. Do you want to just sit in the driver's
Ancora,
seat?
I've
Well, yeah.
already set.
Yeah, but just sit and give your final thoughts while sat in the driver's seat, just so I can sit in the car and not freeze my ass off.
How do
Yeah.
you warm the seats?
You've got to press that.
That's
And
a bit shit then.
Dun, dun.
Oh no, I don't like that at all.
That was what the IONIQ 5 was like. It was all done with this kind of thing.
The
here.
Nero has a button here, tick, and for the steering wheel, tick. Well, it's on the other side for some reason, but I like the buttons to do immediate things
I
that
agree.
you don't wanna, do this bullshit on the screen.
I agree. Well, and in fact, the new IONIQ 5, because it's had a facelift, the new IONIQ 5 does have buttons, I think, for this sort of
It
main
has
stuff.
to have the button, yeah, this one has to have that, it has to have that, vabbè, yeah, obviously this as well, the climate, all of these I don't like, it has to have buttons.
Yeah, because this is the stuff, even more than these things, this is the stuff that you want a physical button for. Because it's
Yeah.
the kind of thing you want to do when you're not looking at when you're driving. You just want to be able to do it and have haptic feedback, have a proper tactile button.
Yeah, because sometimes, I'm driving and I give it a quick glance and then with my finger, I go and press it, click, 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 like to change, for example, where the air goes. But if I don't feel any touch response, I do it blindly. I wouldn't buy a car just for that.
Well, that means you wouldn't get a Tesla either.
Yeah, I wouldn't get Tesla.
You like the Tesla?
I do like the Tesla, but you take for granted some functions. See, like the Nero. The Nero has all the functions I need. It's a bit shit with the radio, but you take them for granted and then you realize you needed them only when you don't have them anymore. But that's the story of life, isn't it?
Yeah, but this is the problem with a lot of modern EVs. You're getting fewer and fewer buttons. The new Volvo and the Polestar 2 was much the same, actually. They're putting so much in the touch screen, and it isn't as good. It's crap when you're driving along and you've got to do stuff on the touch screen. It drives me
Yeah.
crazy.
Anyway, as I was saying, also in life, you don't miss something until you don't have it anymore. There's also a Craig David song.
I was
I
just
think
about
it
to
says,
say, what's the song?
the well runs dry until you don't miss the water until the well runs dry.
You don't miss your water till the well runs dry.
There's also someone else that's done a song, and Aurelia was asking me, what does that mean when we were driving to school?
Only know you love her when you let her go.
Anyway, it's that concept. You don't
Yeah.
miss something until you don't have it anymore. And in this case, you enter a new car. Oh yeah, nice. Oh look, but then it is shit. How do I put my steering wheel?
Heated steering wheel. So,
Steering
yeah.
wheel hot.
Yeah.
And then you say, oh, good old Nero.
Yeah, well, I know. I always get back in the Nero and think, this is a car. And the Leaf.
And the
Leaf
Leaf.
is the
The
same.
Leaf is the same. Yes, all the right buttons.
All the buttons in the Leaf are all in
Yeah.
exactly the right place.
And there's not too many, because sometimes they overdo and there's a button for everything. You don't even know what they mean.
Yeah.
With all these little, drawings. But both Nero and Leaf, well done designers of them, because they are so good.
I've got a theory that cars are getting worse because of this, partly. And also because of all the safety stuff that they put in these days. Case in point, and we had this when we drove the other day. Do you remember it was beeping at me?
Yeah.
I've probably mentioned this about 10 times on my other review of the
Yeah,
IONIQ
if it
6.
goes over the...
Yeah, go 1 mile an hour of the speed limit, and then it starts beeping, and it's a really stressful drive. So you've got to remember to go into settings, vehicle, speed limit, off your pop.
But it wouldn't be stressful if you kept it to the right speed, though. What is that?
It's the speed limit warning if you go above.
Now turn right.
If you go above the
Can we
speed
turn
limit.
it off?
Just try and do it, okay? When you're driving, just keep exactly to the speed limit.
It's
and
not
don't
exactly. You can be a bit lower than the speed limit,
But you've
so
got-
it's something in your head.
No, but you've got to think that the speed limit in the car is less.
That's what.
It reports less than the actual GPS.
But that depends from
speed.
car to car.
It does, which makes all of this a mockery, because someone could be behind you, and they could be doing the speed limit in their car. They could be doing 30 miles an hour in their car, 30 miles an hour in this car might be different. It might be a bit slower. You know what I mean? So you
Yeah,
just
yeah,
end
of
up you
course.
just end up pissing off the person in the back.
But that's, what do you care?
No, but it's that's why it's irritating that you have to go through this thing of turning off the speed limit thing.
But also, we weren't aware that the speed was lower,
I've always
than
been-
the real. No,
I've always been
until
aware.
the GPS came, until TomTom came.
Oh, I
when
see,
was
right.
it? 20 years ago. We weren't aware that we were going slower. That the car was saying slower than it actually was. But it's a safety thing. It's a psychological thing. Instead of going 30, you go 25, and
The problem is, though, I don't think it is safe because what I do invariably is I'm driving along, it beeps, and I think, shit, I've got to turn that off, and then I'm driving and faffing around on the screen trying to turn it off. So it's not safe.
it's not safe because you're acting like a boomer.
Yeah,
Like my father that doesn't even wear a seatbelt.
but it's different from
You're
that.
acting, no, you're still in your essence a bit.
No, I think that cars should accept. It's an EU rule anyway, but I think cars should just assume that we can actually drive, and don't bother us all
But
the time.
no, they shouldn't assume anything.
No, but
Otherwise,
if-
there wouldn't be accidents anymore. Cars are trying to avoid all accidents by doing, automatic pilot, do all that, put all these safety features, so the accidents
But-
go down.
But the problem is, it's all fine in theory, but once in practice, the car doesn't always get the speed limit correct. So sometimes it will beep.
Okay, but if you go 2 miles lower than the speed limit, no one is gonna be pissed off with you.
Yeah, but what about if the car thinks it's a certain speed and it's not, and then you end up
Oh yeah, I don't
And
know.
then you
How,
get
I don't
beeped
know
at.
how that.
because sometimes it will pick up.
Did that happen then?
Yeah, not often, but it does happen sometimes. It doesn't always know what the speed limit is on a road, or it's got cameras and it will look at the back of a truck, and trucks have this truck is limited to 50 miles an hour, and it will look at that in front of you and it'll think, oh, that's the speed limit now then.
Are you sure?
Yeah. So cars aren't infallible, but it's an EU rule anyway, so I'm not going to blame Hyundai for it. It's just their implementation is terrible. There should be like a 10% or something, 10% buffer, whatever the word is, so it doesn't beep at you immediately. But in the new Kia cars, you hold down on the mute button, and if you hold down on that, then that's a quick way of turning it off instead of going into the screen.
Are you sure that there wasn't a quick way of
No,
this as well, but you haven't found
I've
it?
been trying desperately, but haven't found it. So I imagine the new Hyundai cars probably you can turn it off quickly. But as I say, this is a little bit old. I'm doing this review apart from the fact that I've always wanted to try this car, and also because you do get really good used deals on it. So that's the other reason.
More than IONIQ 5.
No, as I say, it's probably about the same. But some people don't like the IONIQ 5. Some people prefer saloons to chunky hatchbacks like the IONIQ 5. And I do like the fact that they're chasing efficiency, but when you consider that it's slightly more efficient, but you've got worse headroom in the back, you've got a far smaller boot, it's not a hatchback, so you can't put dogs in the back.
And it's ugly.
Some would say it's ugly. I mean, it's obviously I would say it's uglier than the IONIQ 5. The IONIQ 5 is amazing, but and I like the open feeling at the front, which this doesn't have. So when all that combined, it does make you wonder why someone would want this particularly over the IONIQ 5.
So if they want a saloon car, what's the best alternative?
Yeah, I don't want to say the Tesla Model 3, but the Tesla Model 3 is a better.
No, Tesla now is out of the question. Just give another alternative for a saloon. There is no Tesla. No one is buying Tesla now.
Well, look, I've had this for a week and I really like it, but
No alternative, Gnagno. Surely you should know about cars. You're Mr. EV.
well, I really like the Polestar 2,
Yeah?
but which is
Is it the same price?
It's a saloon, but it's a hatch. So it's a hatchback saloony kind of thing. It's the same price.
It's a bit more compact,
Bit
the
cheaper.
Polestar, though. Is it
Well,
smaller?
you've got less. It's the same, roughly the same size externally, but you have less space internally. So that's the thing. This is very spacious inside it, whereas Polestar 2 you feel a bit more cramped. It's even got a bump. It's even got a bump in the back. It's like an old-fashioned style car. Doesn't feel like it's not a proper ground-up EV, so it's a bit cramped.
So is that
compared
the
to this.
only?
There's also there's like the BMW i4 and things like that, which I've not tried yet, but there are a few available. Yeah, but you know, I do really like it, like driving it and all that sort of stuff. But yeah.
I'm getting a lot of white hairs.
What, since doing this?
No, guarda, look how long this is. He has escaped. Gosh. I'm getting old.
We're all getting old.
I don't want to get old.
Should we check the glove box?
What is this?
No, that's not the glove box. That's well, you can put gloves in there, I suppose. But a couple of USB-Cs.
Oh, nice. It slides. I like when it slides.
Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? Should we leave it there then?
Yes.
I will cut in some footage of Flaviana driving, but we had Aurelia in the back who didn't want to do
She was just singing. You got grumpy for no reason.
because it's impossible trying to record anything. Yeah.
So where
Aurelia, Balov. Aurelia, I can't include any of this in the review if you're doing that singing, okay?
Aurelia. Smettila, dai.
You know, we don't have much time with the car. We've got a week, which sounds like a long time, but it's not. If we were all working and then, you know, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, our one time able to do a family review and
You should give up on the family reviews.
people like the family reviews.
No, especially with Aurelia, you should give up, because if I'm doing it just, you know,
To make me happy.
Yes, not to make you happy, you know, just to do my duty of it. But it's because I have a sense of duty. Ma Aurelia, but I do it against my will. Because I don't have anything more to say about cars, really. I've run dry. Yeah, the well has run dry here. What do I say? Oh, this is ugly. Oh, this doesn't work. It's just the same things over and over and over again. So really.
But people value what you say, you see.
But what do they value? Anyone can say
no,
it.
but that's the point, is that
They-
all EVs drive well. You can,
Yes.
I
That's
don't
what I'm
think I
saying.
can't think of any EVs that drive badly.
So we try all this a little to find
but
those.
this is all the important. That's all the important stuff. 'Cause
Yeah,
when-
but it's so boring.
No, but people like
Gosh.
it. People like it when you sit in the back and you say, you know, this is usable, this isn't, blah, 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 because that's the important stuff, you know?
But you can say it. Why do I have to say it?
Because I don't always notice. I get stuck on little details and I'm worried about efficiency. You don't give a shit about efficiency.
Can you film the clouds? The nice clouds moving. See, this is better content. I talk. This is a tranquil moment. Maybe you should have a zen moment in your reviews.
No, he's going.
Oh no, we don't have any Amazon today.
Really? Well, I'm good. It's good that this is on camera because this is the first time we've documented the first time that we haven't had an Amazon delivery. So
I just don't feel very entertaining.
well, I know I guilted you into doing this, so it's my fault. But anyway,
It's because the car is going away today,
it's getting picked up in a few hours. Yeah,
and yeah,
but
you always leave it until the last day.
no, I didn't. On the what was it? The second day we had it, I said, could we do the video? And you said no.
Why? What was my reason?
I don't know. You just said no, Nyanyo, I don't want to do it today. So we didn't, and then we had the weekend, and then so it's not me. It's, you know, life gets in the way.
If they did a weird car that flies or something, then I would be more entertained. But all these cars are all the same.
Okay. Well, especially this.
Or with a,
okay.
you know, with a nice function. Oh, look, this is a function that it does. Oh, wow, see, like the Tesla. You know, hands up to them. At least they got the farts. You know, this is something different.
Yeah.
Allora, give me something to play with here.
Yeah. No, there's no
Otherwise,
farts.
also, they make too many cars. Too many. There's barely any difference. Ioniq 5, Ioniq 6, Ioniq 7, Ioniq 8. Ma sti cazzi, just do one. Do a good one and that's it.
Yeah.
This is the fault of men. Because men like the cars. Oh,
Do you mean man
no,
as
men,
in
male.
male?
No,
Oh, okay. Not humanity.
No, not humanity. No, just geeky men that love cars. That's the fault because it's demand and request, come si dice?
Supply and demand. Yeah.
Supply and demand. Allora, all the men, see, like you get excited, oh, Ioniq 6, but then it's the same. They're cheating you. They're pretending to do this big thing. Oh, another car, but it's the same as the one before. And the men get all excited.
It's not just the men that get excited.
No,
it's
it's
actually
just
the
the
women.
men.
I think you'll find that women inform the purchase of most cars. Actually, I'm sure there's statistics that say it's the women that choose cars,
No.
and the men just say, "Oh no, that's fine."
No way. It's the
Yep.
men
No.
that bothers the woman so
No.
and the woman says, just get what you want because I don't care.
No, and in fact, I think this is why SUVs are so popular, because I've got a feeling, this is incredibly misogynistic, it's going to sound, I don't mean it like that, but I'm sure women prefer a higher up driving position, and that's the reason for the popularisation of SUVs.
No, SUVs are popular because they're good. They're big. You can put a lot of stuff in them and they're high, so you
And
feel
they're-
safer.
Yeah, but that's just it. I've got to.
Well, you don't feel safer in a higher car than in this car
No.
that can be squashed.
No, and in fact, going back to the Model 3, for instance, is one of the safest cars you can get.
But if there's a head-to-head collision, the Jeep would just climb over this.
It won't climb-
Because this is like a platform that is like this. So the Jeep is going
You know what?
to and crush you down.
No, you know what would happen? If this went into a Jeep, the Jeep is more likely to turn over because because it's higher up. It would lose stability, definitely.
Anyway, so when you were younger, you maybe collected the things. Well, you know, there were the micro machines, but you had the people of the, like Hulk Hogan, the
Well, the collector cards,
No, not cards, the proper...
the toys.
Yeah, the
Toys?
toys, the toys.
Yeah.
What's it called? That sport that they do?
Wrestling.
Wrestling. Yeah. So I had them.
Oh.
The Hulk Hogan, they went like that.
I didn't. I thought.
Anyway, you have all these collecting things when you're young, especially boys. They do love it to exchange it. And all these cars, all these creators of cars, the companies, they play on that. That you still want to be a child, collecting cars, getting rid of yours to get a better one. Oh, look, I got this. And you know, but it's just a game that you're playing.
And okay, but you had the Hulk Hogan. You said you collected the whole Hulk Hogan wrestling thing. I never had that. I had Star Wars toys and Transformers.
Yeah, because you could play with them. Actually, you know, you could do the moves. I
Yes.
also had the micro machines. I had many collectors, but then the woman grows out of it, while the man still wants to collect all this bullshit. And that's why they created different cars. Oh, look, we changed the light there. Oh yeah.
Thank you very much for watching this video. Please press subscribe and the bell icon to be notified of other classic content like this.
How many unsubscriptions are you guys?
I know, too many. And watch our far more entertaining videos about the Kia EV9 and all the rest of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it more entertaining?
The EV9 video was good, yeah.
I tell you, we should just do lives.
We had quite a few people unsubscribe after the last live.
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
I don't know.
Did they give a reason?
No, they just buggered off. But it's strange, you know.
Well,
That's
we're
it.
not as entertaining and fun as we think we are.
No,
Poor us.
I know, terrible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a normal, boring family.
We are, yes.
Really, there's no edge to us.
No. Good. All right. Thank you very much then. We'll be back soon. Bye for now.
No, please.